Hello and welcome back to Yorkshire Railways and welcome back to another food review. No, this is not what this video is going to be about, but no, I have picked myself up a new piece of rolling stock, and this is from Heljan, which is a manufacturer I've never actually tested before. Main reason being certainly the public perception of Heljan, from what I have seen anyway, doesn't seem to be the greatest, but I couldn't help myself with this, so I picked up one of Heljan's new rolling stock items, which is the 35-ton B tank wagon, and this is the Rails of Sheffield exclusive Henderson's Relish variant. So yeah, very, very striking livery. Dropped off today by the postman. So yeah, I'm very, very looking forward to getting this out of the box and having a look. So yeah, in terms of overall packaging, I do quite like it. It's very similar to Bachmann's. You know, you've got the window, we can see the item cased in the film inside. Also got WO gauge, Heljan. On the bottom, we've got all the technical things. So yeah, this is the 35-ton A/B tank wagon. High quality design and construction. Sprung metal buffers, fine scale ladders and walkways, NEM couplers, and exquisite decoration. So yeah, we'll certainly be the judge of that. And if you want to pick one of these up for yourself, this is code 1118, Henderson's Relish 35TB tank wagon 1885, Rails of Sheffield exclusive. And then rest of the box is pretty plain. So yeah, let's without further ado, let's crack open the box and we'll have a look what's inside. So nice to see straight off the bat, this is in a clamshell block of ice packaging, which is quite nice. Yep, no separately fitted parts to go on it, so that's good. I can push it out. It's a bit cold if my fingers aren't working properly. There we go. Okie dokie. Just put that back in there. Slide that back in and put that in the packaging in a bit. So yeah, overall first impressions is the moulding and decoration on this is absolutely stunning. In terms of the obviously matching up the orange, it's sounds like someone's knocking. It is a bit windy today, so sorry about that. Yeah, in terms of the orange, it's a little bit off for me. I think it's a little bit on the paler side, but not too bad. Certainly could do with just being a little bit brighter. But yeah, overall decoration, yeah, I think is absolutely stunning. You know, I love the sort of differentiation on the colour on the ladder. So we've got the white patch and then it goes up to the black. So that's really, really nice. Obviously, you can see the riveting detail on the running board there. That's absolutely amazing. And it certainly follows on to the top there as well. I love the axle boxes as well. So we've got metal wheels, but yeah, the axle boxes coloured in there. That's really, really nice. Some lovely print work on the running plate as well as on the actual tank wagon. So yeah, you can see we've got like Hend 1885. So that's great. And also got the lovely Henderson's Relish logo there as well. Obviously, sprung metal buffers, and they have some nice springy action as well. So that's great to see. We'll look at the underneath, which, yeah, that's a really, really stunning underbody detail. We've got obviously the brake rigging and things like that. That looks absolutely spot on. Good chance to see the pivoting from the coupling. So yeah, nice to see that it comes pre-fitted with couplings, and they have a good spring to them. There's a good motion. So yeah, they're absolutely spot on in my opinion. Oops, nearly dropping it. Obviously moving up to the roof, yeah, I've got these lovely fine etched like walkways on top with the tanker filler cap and the valve. That's really, really great to see. As well as we've got some like vacuum pipes on there as well, and that's the handbrake I believe as well, so that's really, really nice. And then right on the end, we've got 1885 for foodstuffs only. So yeah, it says the same on the other side as well. So yeah, that's absolutely great. Love the decoration. I think that's really, really nice. They definitely, I think in terms of what they've said on the tin, definitely I'd say that's what we've got here. A really, really nice, finely moulded piece of rolling stock, sprung metal buffers, exquisite spare parts that was separately fitted parts, should I say, on there as well. So yeah, definitely I think my only complaint is that the orange isn't quite to the standard I would like it to be. You know, if I compare it with the dapple variant, certainly dapples, I'd say even dapples is a little bit off, but I'd say dapples is just that little bit brighter, I'd say. But yeah, you know, either way, they're going to look quite nice running in a nice little rake together. But yeah, I think neither of them have actually got the orange spot on. So that maybe is something to work on for future releases, because that is something that rails seem to like, really, is this Henderson's brand. Obviously, being from Sheffield, it is a great company to partner with. That's to say, you know, the same for a lot of food companies. I mean, we've got loads of different food variation vehicles now. Well, I say vehicles, rolling stock items. So, you know, we've got the likes of Coca-Cola. This is just in my collection anyway. I've got Coca-Cola, McVitie's biscuits, Kellogg's, and that's about it. Oh, I've got Carlsberg as well. So yeah, not as many food items, but I know on the market at the minute, Dapple are going crazy for their food item box fans. So yeah, in terms of price, this comes in at £29.95. So yeah, it's not necessarily the cheapest item in the world, but I'd say compared with the Dapple box fan, it's a lot more finely detailed. And yeah, I'd say it's not too bad. The only thing I'd probably say is it's a little bit light. There is definitely no weight inside the tanker. So yeah, it is a little bit light. The only weight really is coming from these metal wheels. Everything else is just plastic. So yeah, that is a little bit of a shame that they couldn't put some more weight just inside there. I don't think it needs that much, but yeah, we'll see how stable it stays on the rails anyway. But yeah, I think what we'll do now is we'll give it a free roll test and we'll see how it performs over the point work. Okay, so we're just going to give it the quick free rolling test just to see how it copes over points and things. So yeah, give it a little go, but doesn't seem... Oops. Yeah, so that's the thing I'm worried about with it being a bit light. Obviously, this isn't necessarily the most scientifically accurate way of doing things, but I think it sort of demonstrates, you know, higher speed that's less prototypical. But yeah, it does seem to slow down a bit as soon as you get to a curve, so there is a little bit of drag there. And again, it's quite light in a sense. Let's see how it goes over the diamond points. Looks like diamond crossing. Yeah, it handles those absolutely fine. Yeah, it's not tremendously draggy, but certainly on a straight, absolutely fine. But it's more when you get to the corners that it seems to really slow down. You know, putting a little bit of welly into it there, but yeah, it just sort of comes to a stop there. So certainly on the straights, absolutely fine. But yeah, navigating points and things like that, there is a little bit of drag. So you know, take that as you will, but I think some of your more stronger freight wagons shouldn't have much problem coping with that. But anyway, I think what we'll do now is we'll give it a proper test with a loco. We'll get it into a rake and we'll send it around the layout. Okay, so I've entered my first problem encounter. So if you can just see just here, here is the Heljan's coupling, here is the Dapple's coupling. And the Heljan's is sitting just that little bit too tall. Now I thought, is this more on the Dapple's coupling? So over here, I've got a Hornby wagon. And the same again. As you can see, it's just that little bit too tall. So I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to be a little bit of a problem child piece of rolling stock, just because if it's sitting this much prouder, it's more liable to become uncoupled. And certainly coupling to a loco is going to be a little bit difficult. But we'll persevere, and I'll try and find a rake that actually works, and I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, so we've got the lovely Dapple Class 68 as the steed for today's rolling stock test. So yeah, I've gone with the 68 because it's called the Pride of the North, so I thought it was a little bit fitting, seeing as we're going for a northern delicacy such as Henderson's Relish. And then behind it, we've got the Carlsberg tanker, we've got the McVitie's Biscuit box van, we've got the Kellogg's box van, the Coca-Cola tanker, the Henderson's Relish tanker by Heljan, the Henderson's Relish bottle on a BAA wagon, and we've got the lovely Dapple Henderson's Relish box van at the rear. So yeah, nice little rake. We'll see how the Heljan tanker wagon performs. So yeah, I'll just up some power and we'll send it for a spin around the layout. Nice steady start. Okay, so we've come around the first lap. You might have noticed I've had to take the Carlsberg wagon off. It does sometimes cause a bit of issues, so yeah, I've decided to get rid of that one. But we've still got everything working so far. So as you can see, the Henderson's rake is coming along quite nicely. I hope that, you know, in the future a lot more come out, because yeah, I'll certainly be trying to collect them all. I really do like the brand. Certainly, obviously being a Sheffield local, it's nice to have something from your own homeland as such in your collection. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing future releases from Rails. I know that they're now branching out into 009 and N-Gauge, and I think they've done an O-Gauge one as well. I can't really be sure on that, but I know it's on their website, so you'll have to go and have a look at that. Or is it in store? I can't remember, to be honest. There we go. So yeah, we made it round, and right. So yeah, I've just stopped the power just then. Sorry for the cut in the feed, but yeah, I can't be sure on that one whether that was the Coca-Cola tanker or the Henderson's Relish one. I think it's partly to blame on both sides, maybe. Let me get that hooked up if it wants to. See, this is the trouble. So yeah, that is on, but the if you can see that the coupling isn't. So the Henderson's Relish one isn't even hooked up, but it is on that one. So yeah, we'll see what happens. See what happens. Oh, it's not come up. It's not even on properly, is it? Dear. This review is not going well. Right, we're off. So yeah, we're watching the Henderson's Relish and the Coca-Cola wagon closely. Let's say running around an actual short piece of track, absolutely fine. You know, you got it on straights and curves. No issues whatsoever. But I'll just move the tripod out of the way. Very unprofessional this. We have gone very freelance with this, but let's have a look as it gauges the point work. So don't focus on the loco. Let's focus on these two wagons here. Yeah. This is the trouble with the controller being on the other side from where I'm standing over here. So yeah, I'm leaning more to putting blame on the Coca-Cola wagon than the Henderson's then. But I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go even shorter with the rake. I'm going to put the Henderson's against the loco. Oh, I'm wrecking everything. No, I'll just have to stay like that for a minute. But yeah, I'm going to take all the wagons off just going to hook up just the loco direct to the Henderson's Relish wagon. So again, look at that. I know this one has a droopy coupling, but seriously, this is going to be a two-hand job. Bear with me. Okay, so we have managed to find a solution into getting this wagon to work. Obviously, the Dapples does have a little bit of a droopy coupling. You can probably quite see it's not 100%, but certainly if it's on the end, it will pick up the coupling and drag it along. But yeah, in the middle, that's where it causes a lot of issues. So good to know at least I can use this wagon. But yeah, there'll be no brake van or anything be able to attack onto it. It will literally just be the bottom. But yeah, still not the greatest. I will say I'm not best impressed with it. But it's nice to know at least I can run it. Alright, so let's have some ratings. So this is for Heljan's 35-ton B tank wagon, Henderson Relish Rails of Sheffield exclusive. Wow, that's a mouthful. But we'll start off with the performance, which I've awarded 4.5 stars. Now, you might think this is a little bit high, and certainly call me out in the comments if you think this so, but honestly, once this wagon has been running, I can't really find much fault in it. It's quite a smooth runner, it hasn't really derailed at all. Certainly a little bit draggy in terms of the wheels, you know, it doesn't have proper bearings, and the wheels themselves, although metal, yeah, it would benefit from probably having some bearings as well as maybe a little bit more added weight. But again, that will probably drive the price up. So for the weight that it is, certainly I can see the reason why it doesn't. And although it's necessarily draggy, but it's also lightweight, so locomotives shouldn't find any issue hauling them. The only reason really it's not got a 5-star rating is just because of the couplings. They've caused a little bit of issue in terms of performance, because not being at the right height means that it's not properly coupled to anything. So therefore it does affect the performance of it. You have to put it in a certain way in a rake, and yeah, just not brilliant really. Detail wise, I've awarded 4 stars. Now, certainly I will say the exquisite detail that is adorns the main tanker, the sort of platform on the top, as well as the actual tanker hoods and the ladders. Certainly very, very nice separate parts, but they are plastic. There's no metal parts on here, no metal running plate. The only thing they've got is metal sprung buffers. So yeah, it would be nice to see a little bit more metal on there. And yeah, the detail wise, yeah, it's good. Certainly nothing really too much to complain about, other than it is a little bit on the plasticky side, which does show through a bit. I think if it was metal, you'd just have that bit more of a quality sort of feel to the detail. But yeah, it's certainly not too bad. Livery wise, I've awarded it 4.5 stars. Now, it's probably a little bit controversial because I did award the Dapples 5 stars, but I think the livery is stunning. I don't think it is quite the right shade of orange, and neither do I think the Dapples is either. So if I was to do the Dapples again, I would knock it down to 4.5 as well. I think that shade of orange from the Henderson's Relish famous logo just hasn't been captured quite right. But I would argue that maybe this one is a little bit closer. Certainly under the right light, it's a little bit better than Dapple's. I've come to sort of view it as. I know originally I said I think the Dapple's is a little bit better, being brighter, but I'd say the actual shade of orange is probably closer in the Hellions. So yeah, I've ordered it 4.5 stars. Quality wise, 3 stars. This is where it drops a little bit. It's a shame that for the price that there isn't a bit more metal in there. Like I say, you know, the detail parts or whether the main tanker itself could be made of some die-cast. I would argue even if the running plate was die-cast, I think that would just make it a little bit more of a quality item, especially for the higher price of £30. I think, you know, we're getting to that stage now where anything sort of 25 below, yeah, I can understand plastic, but certainly £30 plus, you're looking, you need some metal in there, just a little bit. So yeah, I think that's what's letting this down in terms of quality. But again, you know, it's got no bearings on the wheels, and it is quite lightweight as well, very plasticky to the touch. So yeah, a little bit of a shame there. Value wise, I have awarded it 4.5 stars. I don't think £30 is too bad for this. Certainly not at all. And I believe there is a little bit of a discount for the other ones that are in the pack where you can get 4 in a pack. So I think it does work out better if you're wanting to build a nice rake of wagons. But certainly they only do the 1 pack in the Henderson's Relish. So yeah, I've had to pay the full amount of £30. Yeah, I don't think it's terrible. I think more for how this is constructed and how it performs. I think 25 would have been a push, but you know, you do get that little jar of Henderson's Relish as well, little bottle, sorry. So yeah, it's not too bad in that kind of sense, and it is a little bit of a premium item in terms of that it is obviously branded, so that there will have been that cost added to there as well. But yeah, I think it could be a little bit better in terms of the value. But yeah, it's overall not too bad. And that's where we get to the overall rating. So we've got 4.1 stars, which I think is not too bad. I mean, certainly, I don't think my fears of Heljan has been squashed, but definitely it's given me a little bit more upbeatness for their rolling stock. I definitely say that. I'm yet to try a locomotive, but every single one that I've seen on YouTube, people moan about them all the time, so I am still a bit hesitant, but that is something that you can drop in the comments down below. Is there a Heljan loco for 00 gauge that you think is absolutely amazing and I should probably check out? And again, have you had any more Heljan rolling stock? Is that something, you know, put what you have in there, and do you think it's good? I'm certainly worth checking everything out, so yeah, can't say I won't look at it in the future. But yeah, as an overall rating for my first Heljan outing, I cannot really complain too much with this. My main biggest bugbear with this is the couplings, I think, and it's not just Heljan, I've had it with a few Bachmann rolling stocks as well, but I think the model railway companies need to come together and we need to have a universal standard as to the height of couplings, and I think that would solve a lot of these issues, because if you're going to make your own, that means that you can only run your own rolling stock with your own locos, which just alienates your market at the end of the day. Everybody likes buying from different companies, so yeah, certainly if anyone from Heljan's listening, you know, check it with other manufacturers before you release it. But yeah, that is all from me today, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I know it's been a little bit more unorthodox in terms of the filming. Certainly, I can apologise for the bit of a waviness. It has been a bit of a scramble getting this one filmed because, yeah, it's just the chaos that this wagon has presented in some ways. But yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. As well as drop a comment down below to the things that I've just said. So yeah, that is all from me today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.